Hey everybody, it's Dark Guardsman. Another short update here of progress being made on various mods. So with us working on the Volts Classic pack again, actually getting stuff tested on the server and everything else, of course we're uncovering things that have not been completed, finished, stuff that are bugs, etc. It's probably not surprising to anybody that the Armory mod and its add-ons are not the most polished content in the world. So while I was on the server, I decided I need to come back in and actually do a few things. Actually, we can go on the server and actually show off exactly a few of the things I noticed I need to actually fix. So let's go hop up here to the top of my base here. I actually trashed most of my Sentry guns are up here. So we got the Sentry gun here. One of the problems is that if you look at the Sentry gun, one, you can't actually tell what its name is. And then two, if you go in here, you can't really get any information on the Sentry gun, not including the fact that there's some localization failures in here, tabs that are not implemented, that don't really do anything, and things like the Wiki help book not actually being implemented. So there's a lot of kind of work that does need to be done on this. The things I figured I would target here while actually taking a break from working on various things in my base was one, getting the Waila information fixed. Now this is not really a bug per se. This is literally just the fact that Waila in 1.7.10 doesn't actually do anything to check for information on the tile itself. Like, it doesn't try to get a localized version of the tile based on data it has available. So it just goes, okay, what is the name of the tile? So it gets localization, which happens to not be translated because obviously you're not actually supposed to ever get a name for this tile, because when you go to place a Sentry gun, you actually do not use the block. It's not something that actually gets used. At least I don't think it's used. I might be mistaken when I'm saying this. But you're not supposed to actually have the block version. It's supposedly you place it down and the data comes off of a lot of the Sentry information, which is not hard to actually get. The tile has a way to get the data and relay it back. At least I think it does, but that's not important. Let's not accuse Waila of things it's not doing. Anyway, so that's one of the things that needs to be fixed. It's actually now been fixed. So if we hop over here, we can go over here. Ignore the red text. This is debug information. I might expose some of this to Waila, but ammo bay just broke. I'm gonna ignore that. So if we actually look at this, these names are actually correct. So AA gun, cannon sentry, really simple Waila information. I'm gonna probably work on this more and add some more information. What I want to do is, of course, do the ammo bay up there, so when you're looking at it, you can go, oh yeah, that has ammo. I want to do energy information, because you can see energy information is not actually relaying, even though if we come over here, it is actually relaying on here. I'm going to assume we have something in here that's doing that for us. Of course, we have something that's also doing the harvestability of this tile. I wonder if I broke that by adding Waila support. Not important. Another thing, no information we can actually get in here. So we can see that there's no ammo loaded in here, but this gun doesn't have any ammo. This is an energy-based weapon, but we can't actually see anything about the energy information. So we don't know how much energy it uses, how much it gets consumed. We can see it has a 2000 RF battery on here simply because the Waila information actually is working, but I'm going to say that's going to disappear in a second. So what I've added is another button down here. Now I'm going to have to make an icon for this here later, but we can open this up and we can actually get information about what this turret does and everything. So you can get its targeting range, targeting delay, attack, everything else. This stuff is stuff you could have pulled from the JSON information, but telling you to go pull stuff from data is not exactly a great way to do this. Now what I can do is, if I'm playing a game, I can open up any Sentry gun, because this will work on any Sentry gun. I can sit here and read through its information. So I can see how its targeting information works. So we can see it targets 50 meters, which is actually does target a little bit, or should target further. I may end up cranking that range up a little bit and playing around with it. So 50 meter range. Targeting delay of 10 ticks. This won't be apparent, but that's basically half a second. 3 tick targeting attack delay, so after it's targeted something, it waits 3 ticks before shooting it, and a 5 tick targeting loss, so after it's lost sight of the target, how long to wait before moving on. Of course, we see weapon data, 60 rounds per minute, reload time, and it stops at that point because there's not a lot more information. This one's going to be about the same way. It doesn't have a lot of information on it. I need to add energy usage to both of these because apparently it's missing. I could have swore I put it in there, but it's not there. Laser gun, we can actually see more information. So we can see how much energy it uses. It uses 100 energy per tick to run, has a storage of 1000 joules, and the weapon uses 200 joules per tick fire rate. And if we go down to the weapon data, it's going to say -1 here. I actually have fixed this already. It will actually say fire rate constant if it's -1, and it will say reload rate of not applying or something, basically, because this doesn't have a reload metric on it, and this doesn't really use a fire rate. This thing will fire continuously as long as it can hit a target, so it does a pretty good amount of thing. Some more information I really do want to put in here. I'm going to end up putting damage data in here because Laser Sentry does have a consistent damage data system that it actually does use. It doesn't have any way to change its damage at the moment. This, of course, will be modulated in the future with upgrades, but I think it does a decent amount of damage on its own. I've watched it kill players and zombies relatively quickly. But that's been about it so far. I'm going to keep working my way through here. I'm going to have to fix these translations. The weirdest thing ever is you can see over here that this works, and then we come over here, it's broken, and this one works. It makes no sense whatsoever. But that's one of the things with development. You fix one thing, another thing breaks. Anyways, I'll see you guys later with more updates and content.